Hello from the Howard Johnson in Anaheim. We are going to Disneyland. This is the second part of the video where we've already been to Disneyland. We checked into the Howard Johnson and now we are going back. So this is allegedly an 8-minute walk to Disneyland. It's right here. You cannot see the trees. We're just heading down to the promenade between the parks. Alright, so we are crossing the streets to the Disneyland Resort. Over here, our hotel is way down there, sort of where that overpass is. So this is the bus loop over here, which we have been dropped off at before. There's Space Mountain. Way over there. So straight ahead, this is the security check, and then we should be back in the promenade between Disneyland and California Adventure. We made it through security, and there's Disneyland over there. So there's not a lot in California Adventure that we need to do, with the exception of the new Marvel Land.
And Pixar Pier.
Passing underneath the monorail, which I have not seen run today. Have you seen the monorail today?
No, because usually it honks too, we would have heard it.
Yeah. So we're doing a re-entry into Disneyland.
Ticket, please.
Okay, so we just got some more pictures in front of the train station, and now we're heading inside the park. The sun is about to set here pretty soon. Here you leave today and enter the world of yesterday, tomorrow, and fantasy, the original plaque of Disneyland. So Magic Happens is about to happen again. So we're trying to get back to, I think, ToonTown, just to make sure that we can do that before the sun sets. But first, we're going to do something that we've never done, which is go inside the Great Moments with Mr. Lincoln. I guess attraction, not to actually see the attraction, but to see this bench. So this is pretty appropriate because we were just at Griffith Park, but this finely carved horse is on loan from the Griffith Park merry-go-round, which opened in 1937 and can still be enjoyed today. And this is the actual park bench from the Griffith Park merry-go-round in Los Angeles, where Walt Disney first dreamed of Disneyland. I just thought that was really fun, and then this is the quote about how Disney conceptualized and thought up Disneyland. Alright, so now we're heading down Main Street to the back of the park to try to beat the crowd to, what is it? ToonTown. It's so interesting to see the different facades that they have at Disneyland compared to Walt Disney World. There's this area over here, and then the Carnation Cafe over on the other side. The first time we ever came to Disneyland, we had to have dinner over here at the, what is that, the refreshment corner, the Coca-Cola refreshment corner. Oh God.
Come on.
Okay, about to head into Tomorrowland. We've never eaten at, this is Plaza Inn or the Jolly Holiday over there. That'd be fun to do at some point. We need to do something for dinner tonight for my birthday.
I know.
So heading back to Fantasyland. There's It's a Small World way back there. This is neat. And we're again trying to just beat the crowd because the parade comes from this direction over by Alice in Wonderland and Matterhorn. This is where we watched the parade earlier. No, it's not. We watched it over here. There's the monorail. Okay, so the monorail is running, as well as Matterhorn. So Matterhorn is closed for a refurbishment, and it is just the very saddest thing about this trip. But we did see it testing earlier while we were waiting for the parade. The Matterhorn is absolutely one of my favorite rides at Disneyland, and the fact that it is closed for refurbishment, it's opening up, I think, in about a week or two. There's Alice in Wonderland and the Mad Tea Party, and the rest of the Fantasyland rides over here. And It's a Small World, which is where we're heading. So there's It's a Small World. Here we are heading into Disney's Mickey's ToonTown. This very recently reopened after being closed for a pretty significant amount of time and sort of going through a refurbishment or retheming, a reimagining. So there's Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin, which we hope to do that a little bit later, and then of course Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. So this fountain is incredibly adorable. Outside of the El Capitan Theater for Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway, which I don't know if we're going to be doing because we have it in Orlando, but I've heard that the queue is incredible here. So this is the play area over here, and we're going to continue down in that direction. And I don't remember what this used to look like before Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. It looks really nice, and it's a fun area. This is Goofy's How to Play Yard, and Donald's Duck Pond next to his boat. This is where you can meet Minnie Mouse inside of her house, which is of course right next to Mickey Mouse's house. And they're both a 30-minute wait. So this is Chip 'n Dale's Gadget Coaster, which we've never done this before. We walked to the very back of ToonTown. This is where the Chip 'n Dale treehouse used to be. And I think it was like a bounce area way back in the day, but now it's just sort of a grassy area to relax. This is the entrance to Chip 'n Dale's Gadget Coaster, and we're by Donald's boat. I don't think we can go up to the second level. I presume not. Nobody's up there. So Brennan's in a flower, all to herself. You having fun?
I wonder how you gotta get in here.
Busy?
Oh my goodness.
You
It's
just
like,
keeping it going?
it's like after drinking, and then you lay down in bed.
Oh.
Let me spin you.
don't like it. So not incredibly sure what this. There's that playground back over there, and this is the other side of Donald's ship. Maybe we could try to go inside. There's like a little seating area over here and some interactive games. This is the Miss Daisy, and you cannot go inside Donald's boat. So there's Chippendale's coaster. There's Mickey and Minnie's house over here. There's Runaway Railway and Roger Rabbit's. And I think we're heading inside this building. I think that it's just interactive games inside here that we can play. So this is Goofy's house. I don't know why I didn't know that. There's so many different interactive games here to play, but I love all of the pictures on the walls of Goofy with his family. That's so adorable. Look at all of this. Family photos. This is Goofy's playground and back over here. I so love these pictures that are in here. So we're trying to figure out what we want to do for dinner. There's Cafe Daisy back over here. So I think that we're going to bypass Cafe Daisy, but that cheesy pizza flop over does sound pretty good. So we're hoping to come back to ToonTown maybe a little bit later because we would like to do Roger Rabbit over here, but it's a little bit of a lengthy wait. This is sort of fun. This is like a little walkthrough in here, isn't it? Thought that was going to be a fun walkthrough, but there's really much going on in here. We popped out at the gym and the dog pound. Brennan's in the dog pound. Wiggle them. Look at how strong you are, Brennan. Whoa, dangerous. This is over by Runaway Railway.
It's because I went to the gym.
Oh, the gym. So we went into the fire department and we popped out on the other side. There's Roger Rabbit's cartoon spin, and we will come back for that. So we just exited out of ToonTown, and we are getting in line over here at the ToonTown railroad crossing, railroad station to take the railroad. So the train has arrived. I don't know if we're going to make it onto this one though. There's a lot of people here. So there's the finale float over there for Magic Happens. I suppose it just turns around and goes in the opposite direction for the second performance of the day.
Thanks for joining us on the Disneyland Railroad. For a safe ride, remember to stay seated with your hands, arms, feet, and legs inside the train. As we leave Toontown Depot, we get a real nice view of the happiest land of them all, Fantasyland. You can see people stepping onto It's a Small World just below us. And, off in the distance, majestic Matterhorn Mountain. Here you'll find rocket ships and star skiers, submarines and astroblasters. And, if you look overhead, maybe a glimpse of a Mark 7 monorail.
So we're going to the Tomorrowland station. We're passing by Autopia right now as the sun is starting to set. It's really fun to do a little bit later, maybe after the sun goes down eventually. Okay, we just pulled away from the train station here in Tomorrowland over by Autopia. And we also got to see the monorail going by. That was cool. Alright, we are departing from the Main Street USA station on our way to, I think, the station that we're going to get off at, which is
Welcome
Square.
aboard the Disneyland Railroad. If
okay,
you'll be
we are
leaving us here,
pulling into-
please remain seated until the train comes to a complete stop.
Very
This will be
good.
your stop for Tomorrowland Square, Adventureland, Frontierland, Critter Country, and your closest stop to Star Wars Galaxy's Edge.
They are doing some construction over here. Alright, we are departing from the station here in New Orleans Square. Look at that. That's a blast from the past down there, isn't it? Splash Mountain.
Here in Critter Country, featuring Winnie the Pooh, Tigger, Rare Rabbit, and Rare Bear on their fun-filled adventures.
So we have to go around the Star Wars land, Galaxy's Edge now.
As we steam past Hungry Bear Restaurant, the last outpost in these parts, we're now joining up with the rivers of America. Around every bend, there's natural beauty as far as the eye can see.
So it's coming up quick, yeah.
There's the Tomorrowland Railroad. I really just want to make a full lap around the park while it's still daylight. There's not a lot off in the distance.
This will be your stop for Mickey's ToonTown and our new attraction, Mickey and Minnie's Runaway Railway. This will also be your stop for the rest of Fantasyland.
So we are back in Fantasyland, and now we're heading back to Adventureland because we have a lightning lane for Indiana Jones. So I've been slowly accruing lightning lanes the entire day, pretty much. We have a lot that are sort of stacked right now, so we just need to try to figure out the best way to do them all. So It's a Small World is back there. I don't know if we're going to be doing that this trip. We're just trying to prioritize some of the rides that we just have been missing for years, which of course would have included Matterhorn, but I guess not this trip. Hopefully we can do Alice, and then we can do this over here, Storybook Land boats. We're going to try to come back tomorrow because we're going to be park hopping from California Adventure. So what we don't do today, we might try to come back and do tomorrow. But at least we got to do the carousel, right?
Right.
Yeah. And we have all of these dark rides that we still need to do on this side. We conquered this side, but not this side. Also, the Casey Jr. Terrain would be fun to do maybe tomorrow. This is where we had lunch at the Red Rose Tavern, which is currently under some construction right now, it looks like. Okay, so now we've transitioned from Fantasyland into Frontierland. We did have a lightning lane for Big Thunder Mountain, but it went down and they gave us a multiple experience to be able to use at pretty much any ride, just not the most major rides. So we passed by the multiple entrances, or most of them, into Galaxy's Edge, with the exception of the one that we would really need to actually experience, one that we do not have, which I think is over by the Country Bear restaurant. So we can use our multiple experience for Big Thunder Mountain if it does end up coming back up, but I ended up getting another lightning lane for Big Thunder Mountain, even though it is currently down. I was able to modify an existing lightning lane to another Big Thunder Mountain Railroad lightning lane. So we're still in Frontierland right now, but I think we need to pass through New Orleans and then over to Adventureland, which is where Indiana Jones is. And then of course over on Tom Sawyer Island is where Fantasmic would be happening, but they had a bit of an incident here somewhat recently. Also, the treehouse is closed right now. But yeah, we're heading this direction over by Pirates of the Caribbean. Okay, so I was technically wrong. This is New Orleans. Over here, it's a 20-minute wait for Pirates of the Caribbean. Wow, but we're heading back through Adventureland. So this is Adventureland, and this is the Indiana Jones Adventure Temple of the Forbidden Eye next to Jungle Cruise. So it looks like they're using the secondary level of Jungle Cruise for Indiana Jones for the standby queue. It's a 75-minute wait. Pretty sure we've only ever used Fast Pass when doing Indiana Jones, because that queue goes all the way back there. Okay, so we've entered into the queue, which is one of the longest queues in the history of theme park existence, probably, but it's also one of the absolute coolest queues I've ever walked through in my life. It's just so neat. It's pretty interesting how they do the merging outside before entering into the temple, because of how long the queue is. I think we were moving pretty fast through this. I don't want to convince myself. So we do have plans for dinner after this. Some reservations just for mobile order, but a place that we've never gone before. Walking through the caverns now, deeper into the temple. Passing through the spikes now.
Don't step on the squares! Don't step on the squares!
Wow, we're actually moving so fast it's even hard to take it in. Pretty much just leaving my camera recording now. Now in the heart of the temple. Okay, we actually might really get on this very quickly. Wow. It's so cool to be back in here. I wish we had this in Disney World, but it's also a major reason why we come to Disneyland. Okay, so I think we made it pretty much to the last room before we head to the road station. So they recently sort of redid this. I think they did a refurbishment for this. We are about to load in just a minute. I sort of forgot about this. We have to go up the stairs and essentially over the ride track to be loaded over there. Lean down to be loaded on.
Oh yeah, you're right.
some dinner, which I think we should be able to say that I think it's within our like arrival window now, so we can say that we've arrived once we've made it out of the temple. Because we're going to the Bengal barbecue for the first time, which is literally across from Indiana Jones. Honestly, this alone might have been worth the lightning lane purchase, just because it saved us so much time. We didn't have to wait that long. It's definitely still quite a long excursion just to get out of the temple though too. There's the line right now for Indiana Jones, but I was able to open up the app and prepare our dinner order, and then after that we're going to be doing some more lightning lanes that we have to do. Again, I have stacked up. So that was Indiana Jones and Jungle Cruise, and I think that this is Bengal Barbecue right over here. So we actually had to walk a little ways to find a table. We are in the Tropical Hideaway. For the very first time, this was not open the last time that we were here, but this is what we got, which is pretty much everything. So I got 3 skewers. I got the Bengal beef skewer in a sweet Zulu sauce, and then I got the Outback vegetable skewer, which is a skewered fresh vegetables skewer. And then I got the pork belly skewer, which is a hoisin sauce, pickled carrots, and daikon topped with cilantro. And then at Vernon, got the chieftain chicken skewer and a Polynesian sauce, as well as the pork belly skewer. And then we got this over here. This is a tiger tail breadstick, a garlic herb and cheese breadstick. And then we both decided to get this. So this is a drink that they had over there called the Jungle Julep, a refreshing slush of pineapple, orange, grape, and lemon juices. Woo! I said it all, Vernon.
I tried this and it tastes like you just ate an entire bag of Skittles. It's great.
Hello.
Awesome.
You look marvelous.
Thank you.
We're also next to the bird because we are over by the Jungle Cruise, which is right here. Look at that. There's the Jungle Cruise boats right there. We are heading out of the Tropical Hideaway. This was actually really, really cool. This is where we could come get a Dole Whip if we wanted to. How pleasant. Okay, now we're heading to our next lightning lane. That's where we just came from, way down there. So we're going to pass in front of the castle and then back over to Tomorrowland because we have a hyperspace mountain lightning lane. So I thought that we were going to be able to watch the fireworks tonight, but unfortunately it's just a projection Wondrous Journeys presentation without fireworks. This is our first time in Tomorrowland tonight. Technically, we rode the train over to the station, but we didn't get off. Passing by Star Tours and Buzz Lightyear's Astro Blasters. Of course, passing underneath the dormant people mover that they have at Disneyland. Unfortunately, we have never been over here. I'm not even sure what's even in here right now, if there is anything. But if there's not anything, they need to get on that. They need to put something there. They need to fix the people mover too. Come on, Disneyland. So it's currently a 90-minute wait for Space Mountain. Their Space Mountain is just so interesting to me, how it's sort of just tucked away back here in the very back of Tomorrowland. It's posting a 90-minute wait right now, but it seems pretty quiet back here. So this is the backup line for Lightning Lane, which is interesting because I don't even see the standby line, which is normally like way over there. So that's where standby usually is, over here, because it passes in front of Space Mountain. But we're only starting to move and head inside. Okay, so down the left now. This is for Hyperspace Mountain, which again is the, not again, but it's the Star Wars overlay of Space Mountain. So we're moving a little bit quicker and we stop for sort of a little bit. And we're heading straight down below the platform. At least I hope so. This reveal never gets old. It is far superior to our load station in Orlando. Also, just by happenstance, they're doing the Hyperspace Mountain overlay. I think it was just for about a month or so, which is pretty lucky, I guess, just to be able to have this overlay. I don't know, it's very popular, supposedly. So after this, we're trying to decide what to do with our multiple experience pass. I was able to get another lightning lane for Autopia, which is actually what I switched to Big Thunder Mountain earlier after Big Thunder Mountain went down, from which I got an individual lightning lane. Is this a lot to keep up with? Okay, we're loading into our rocket pod, I guess, right now. We just rode Hyperspace Mountain. That was fun. I remember it being a little bit different. I don't know if it was just me, but it just, I don't know. I feel like the beginning, at least, was a little bit underwhelming. The ride itself was fun. Alright, so we just exited Hyperspace Mountain over by the gift shop, and now I think we're heading over to Autopia. Right now it's a 100-minute wait for Hyperspace Mountain, by the way, which is incredible. And I do want to sort of amend what I said, so I just remember it being a little bit more colorful, that's all. Alright, so Autopia is currently posting a 20-minute wait, which I don't think is that bad. We do have a lightning lane for this, but not for about 15 minutes, and if there's really not much of a wait for it, then we can probably just go and do this and then head over to Big Thunder Mountain, where we also have a lightning lane.
To make the car go, just push your foot down on the pedal. To stop,
This
take your
character,
foot off of the pedal.
his name is Bird. Okay, so we've almost made it down to the load station. It's taken a little bit. I think they've gone down to just a couple tracks here, which I don't know if that impacted their wait time, but we should be on this in just a few minutes. There was really no line at all for lightning lane or for standby. Okay, we're getting into our car. That was graceful.
Sorry.
There's the train station that we read earlier. Here we are, we're driving into the wilderness at night. It's sort of spooky at night. Hi, Bird. And that guy. I think we need to go off-roading at some point. There are multiple different tracks. I don't know which one we did last time. I think we did this one, didn't we? Of course, this is completely superior to Magic Kingdoms in Orlando. Like, absolutely superior. Yay! Watch out for backpackers. It's the monorail right above us. It's right now Wondrous Journeys, the projection shows happening on the castle. Which again, we really would have wanted to watch if there were fireworks. This road's so long. We haven't gotten off the road yet. I don't think. This is also a lot faster than when I was in Orlando. Maybe? No. Oh, kind of. Cool. Good steering, you're doing great. Oh, we caught up to some other cars. There's the people mover. So maybe we did do the other side last time because we did not go off-road. I feel like we went off-road pretty quickly the last time we did this. Why is the people mover track just so haunting and taunting? Oh god, right over here is the Nemo ride. We did not do that today. Okay, we have to do a different side this time, I guess, right? Hey. That side's so backed up. Yay! Okay, so Big Thunder Mountain went down again. So we have another multiple experience to use somewhere. So we have about an hour until the park closes, and we have a couple multiple experience redemptions to do, as well as another lightning lane that I made for Haunted Mansion. So what I think we're going to do is head over to Mr. Toad's Wild Ride to go and do that. That has a very minimal wait. Also, this is their Star Wars launch bay, but it does not look inhabited at the moment. The submarine voyage was really neat, but I don't know when I'd want to do this one again. It was a little bit claustrophobic. It's gonna be pretty quiet over here by Matterhorn, which has these walls up. And this is the submarine voyage. There's a submarine backing up right now, it looks like, because I'm pretty sure, doesn't it go this way and go underneath the waterfall? So that one's backing up into the station. Okay, so we're minute around Matterhorn, and we're heading over to Mr. Toad, which is right over here. There's Monstro. Okay, we're getting in line. This should only be just a couple minutes, probably, because there's nobody in line. There should be a door where you can see inside, right in there. Yay! I'm glad we're doing this now. This is Mr. Toad's car. We are heading inside. So warmly lit. That's where we just were, right here. And the door is about to load. It'll only take a couple minutes. There's Mr. Toad in the window. Okay, we are on Mr. Toad. We just burst through the fireplace. Look what it did to my camera.
So what I think we're going to do, we're going to use one of our multiple experiences over on Who Framed Roger Rabbit back in ToonTown right now.
That was fun though. It's always incredibly random and a little bit hard to keep up with. We've never done the teacups at Disneyland. We've never really had the reason to because we have teacups at Walt Disney World, but it's so pretty here with the lights and the open air. So we're walking all the way back to ToonTown. There's Small World, which was doing some sort of a projection show earlier.
Lasting, we don't talk about Bruno.
So we should be able to use our pass here, hopefully. Look how pretty ToonTown is at night. It's glorious. Here we are at Roger Rabbit's Cartoon Spin, and we just walked to the platform. I don't know where the standby line is. That's it, right over there. But we're running the Cartoon Spin. So Brennan, do you think I could drive? Yay, here we go.
Here you go!
Oh.
Holy smokes, Roger! We made it!
I'm pouring that dip, boys. Well done.
Got it.
Danger! Warning! Danger! Hey! They're coming!
That was loud.
This ought to put you out of contrition. This is gonna hurt you a lot more than it's gonna hurt me.
This will make the swell good on you.
That's about a little dip to end this spin. I got a portable hole! I'll say that!
Yay! I still don't know what's going on that ride. All these years later. Okay, so we've got 30 minutes now to do a couple more rides. Hey Brennan, go do the TNT. Oh no, we didn't do it. Let me show you how it's done.
Yeah, show me how it's done.
Yeah. First try.
Yeah, okay.
All right, so we are out of ToonTown now, and we're heading over towards Haunted Mansion and Pirates. We still have a multiple experience to use, and then we do have an actual lightning lane for Haunted Mansion, so we're probably going to use the multiple experience at Pirates, and then the lightning lane over at Haunted Mansion. We're passing by the carousel now to head over towards the castle, to go over to New Orleans Square / Adventureland. Peter Pan has a pretty long wait at the moment, otherwise we would try to get a line for it, but the multiple experience does not work there. This is where we did the castle walkthrough of Sleeping Beauty Castle, and here we are on the other side of the castle. Walking through this little area here, which is pretty quiet at the moment. This is the Fantasy Fair area, I think, that we're cutting through. Oh, there's Figaro up there. It's a little shortcut that I don't remember if we've used, but I think so. I think we've walked it there before. That's the Mark Twain, which we've never ridden here. We haven't ridden that or the Columbia ship. This is their Golden Horseshoe, and Pirates of the Caribbean is straight ahead. Okay, so Pirates of the Caribbean is currently down right now, so we are heading over to Haunted Mansion. We've never experienced this Haunted Mansion without the overlay. We haven't really talked about it, but So many rides have gone down today. They just haven't really impacted us. I've just been checking the app and just rides keep going down, but it finally caught up to us. We finally experienced an inconvenience in Pirates of the Caribbean. So we still have a multiple experience Lightning Lane Redemption to use at some point. Maybe. So presuming we can get out of this quickly, we might ride one more ride. We are really moving through the line. Alright, so we made it to the porch of the Haunted Mansion. We should be heading inside here in just a minute. And then we can finally experience this without the Haunted Mansion overlay. It's really interesting because here in Anaheim, it's an actual elevator to make sure the doors are down versus in Orlando, the ceiling raises up.
This chamber has no windows and no doors. Which offers you this chilling challenge to find a way out. We have 999 happy haunts here, but there's room for 1,000. Any volunteers?
This is definitely interesting, just how it loads so much times. The ride itself is probably going to be the same, I'm imagining. This is pretty cool. Everything keeps going down the stairs. Cool.
Every room has wall-to-wall creeps and hot and cold running chills.
So I can stop there and look. All this is significantly better than I was in Orlando, which might really be the only difference, with the exception of the Headbox Ghost. I don't think we're going to have time for another ride after this one. It actually took a pretty long time just to unlock the building and then get on the ride. It's a little bit different, I guess. As well as a lot of the props here in the attic. And then, of course, this guy. The set design in the graveyard is definitely too, though. This was just sort of random happenstance, but we are getting in line for Splash Mountain. The park closes in 1 minute. I didn't think we were going to be able to do another ride, but we're doing Splash Mountain. This is pretty interesting. We're riding Splash Mountain. Didn't think we'd be able to do this. This is the entrance of Splash Mountain. This is kind of wild. We're not planning on riding Splash Mountain at all this trip, just because we've already ridden it. We already sort of had our time to process Splash Mountain leaving, which when we're here, by the time this is posted, it's going to be closed, but when we're here, it closes in about a week. We're at the steps right now. I don't think there's anybody behind us. There's the Brer statue right there. So it looks like we are definitely the last people on Splash Mountain right now. Wherever there's the Many Adventures of Winnie the Pooh. 50-foot plunge ahead. Splash Mountain is a turbulent flume adventure with high speeds, heights, sudden drops, and stops. If you choose to ride, you must remain seated during the entire ride. There's the Winnie the Pooh ride. And this is the train track. We are heading down to the load platform. This is pretty different too. Just the little situation. It only took a few minutes. I'm glad that this is our final ride of the night. It would have been a little bit silly to ride Haunted Mansion, the ride that we already have. How do you feel about being the last people on Splash Mountain? Feel cool? Today. So we have our own log all to ourselves. So I have my feet up here, just relaxing. Oh God. Yeah, it still looks really light out at the moment, even though it is past 11 o'clock at night. Oh no. Are you taking in this moment? Our last time on Splash Mountain? For reals? Who would have thought our last time riding Splash Mountain was going to be at Disneyland? There's an owl over there. to not get wet, even though it's kind of sprinkling a little bit. Which is great because we have to walk back to our hotel. Oh boy. There are similarities between both rides. I think ours is a little bit superior, maybe. There's the train track right down there. This feels eerie. It's so quiet.
It's because we're alone.
I know. There's one last look at the Splash Mountain stump. There it is. Until we go underneath it. Go. Oh God! I got a little wet. No. I don't know. We're moving pretty quickly through this. It's so different, but it's so similar. Right? Survived. There's the rivers of America. I'm cold. Oh, jeez, I'm shivering. Now we get to see the finale one final time. Listen to Zippity Doo Dah before this changes into Tiana's Bite Adventure. Saying, I'm sure it's important. But that's the end of the ride. We're at Splash Mountain for the very final time in Disneyland. What? How'd that happen? Alright, good night, Splash Mountain. Farewell, and thank you for the memories. That was fun. We got somewhat damp, but not terrible. Have a zippity doo dah day. Thank you. I appreciate it. Oh, there's a single rider entrance over here. And now we're in the very back of Disneyland. This is the Winnie the Pooh area over here, which we didn't get to ride, but we've ridden it a couple times. They closed the barn doors. This is where we went inside after wandering through this line that started for some reason at the very front of the entire ride over by Haunted Mansion's exit, which is the only way that we were able to do this. Isn't it weird how it still looks light outside, even though it's getting very close to midnight? Over here, this is where the canoes load, which we didn't do that, at least tonight. There's the ship over here. We're slowly walking out of the park. There's Splash Mountain. And then Haunted Mansion, which again, this is where we got in line right over here. We're walking alongside the Rivers of America. And there's the, I think that's the Columbia, right? The ship that they have here. So what we're going to do is actually go by guest relations. So we didn't actually end up using that multiple experience that we got. So we're going to see if they would let us use it tomorrow, because we're planning on coming back tomorrow. So if they do, they do. If they don't, then that's totally fine, but it's worth a shot to ask. I'm trying to mentally prioritize what I would like to do coming back to Disneyland tomorrow after we were able to do park hopping, because we did not get to do Pirates. We wanted to, so we might try to come back and do that. Isn't it so interesting that this is where Fantasmic happens, just in this small little area, and it happens over there on the stage? I don't think that Pirates reopened. I don't think that Big Thunder Mountain reopened. We got pretty lucky with the rides that we did do that also went down at some point today, so I can't be too upset about it. Also, we're getting here pretty late in the afternoon and then having to go check into our hotel and then coming back. I think we got a pretty good amount of stuff done. This is the connecting walkway into Adventureland from Frontierland. And we're heading towards the front. So we just took some pictures in front of Sleeping Beauty Castle in case we forget tomorrow. It is just so, the weather is so weird right now. It's so like, misty and overcast.
It's been misting for an hour or so.
So heading towards the exit. But I just wanted to walk over here to this area because we just never really walk over here. Every time that we've ever come here, I think it mostly has to do with the princesses. But it's a very pretty area. But, okay, we are heading out of the park. It is a cute little area. I know that there are places in Disneyland that we just need to explore a little bit more of. I very much so enjoy this crowd exiting the park right now. It was so busy today.
Like, why is it so busy on a random Monday? Like, that was what we kept trying to figure out.
A random Monday? It's my birthday!
Everybody's here for you! I invited them!
So I wanted to look at this earlier today, but it makes more sense now that the lights already lit up. Or that they're actually lit up now. But over here in the corner, this particular bulb right here that's half red, half white. There's some Disneyland history with that. Look how nice Main Street is right now. All lit up for the evening. So tomorrow we're going to, what's the name of the park? California Adventure. I'm just too tired. But we will be able to park hop over here. So what we might end up doing, I haven't finalized this yet, but we might get here a little bit early. Not incredibly early, but early enough to maybe have breakfast over in downtown Disney, potentially. And then have an earlier start to the day so we can try to maximize as much California Adventure and Disneyland as possible. We'll see. So we just talked to guest relations and they should be able to help us out. So I think we have a lightning lane for tomorrow for Big Thunder Mountain Railroad to hopefully use here at Disneyland. This is the firehouse and Walt's apartment is right upstairs. Their guest relations is of course in City Hall and they were so helpful and nice. So now we're just walking all the way back to our hotel, which hopefully shouldn't take too long because it's actually raining a little bit more. It is officially midnight now, so it's not my birthday anymore. We'll be back tomorrow, Disneyland, as well as California Adventure. Oh my. So now we're heading out to Harbor Boulevard to just walk down to our hotel. This is where the buses pick up and drop off. We are both pretty tired from waking up and burping this morning.
I thought you said and burping.
A little bit. Maybe after the continental breakfast that we had there, which was pleasant. It wasn't the best quality, but it was okay.
I like it.
Alright, we've made it back to our hotel, the Howard Johnson. We are heading to bed. So we're back in the room, and it is well past midnight, and we're hoping to wake up sort of early to go to California Adventure tomorrow. This was the second part of our Disneyland day today after waking up in Hollywood this morning and coming to Disneyland for the afternoon and then coming back to the hotel and then starting this video and going back to Disneyland to use Lightning Lane and to just enjoy our evening at Disneyland on my birthday. It was fun. And it's not over yet.
It's not over yet.
This is really just like the second half of this entire trip. The first half being Hollywood and then the second half being Anaheim. So thanks for watching. We will see you soon. Have a great day. And goodbye.
Goodbye.